Hello, welcome to the live session US. Today is the first day of the month, so let's see. We have some major news to look at the moment. One just came now. So let me share the screen and let's dive in on the news. So the website is forexfactory.com, which is the best to see about news, market. You can see here on top the headline. There is calendar. You can also search just major news. So today we have. Let me get a pen. So just come out this news here, which is the non-farm employment change, which come up higher than expected. So if you push in this one here, so you see the private sector employment increased by 2,700,000 jobs, and as soon we're gonna have another, which is this one, 130, come out less than expected. So let's see if had some impact on the market. Okay, we see some volatility on the indices. So let's drop down time frame, 15 minutes. Okay, this is the S&P 500 chart. Let's bring the dollar index, see if there is some movement. There is some buyer on the dollar as well. It looks like a little bit fake. So let's dive in on some analysis on the market and see what is going on. So let's start from the indices as usual. We talk about Tuesday. We want to see some retracement on Nasdaq and S&P 500 to be a buyer again. And this what we are seeing at the moment, some retracement. So I would like to see price heading on this 14,000 area around in the middle of this box. And the ID line as well. I don't have to break this point, lower point here. So I want to see this one start to go higher like this. S&P 500 as well is on phase 2 at the moment, and I don't want to see price heading below the 14,180, which is below this bar. And ID line, I don't want to see breaking this lower point. Otherwise, I will be bearish on indices. As it is the first day of the month to trade, I will more cash to get into a trade. I just want to see a clear picture, so high quality of over quantity. So I'm gonna sit on my end today if I don't see clear price. So I think so I'm gonna maybe tomorrow or after tomorrow I'll be my first trade of the month. So yeah, indices, just waiting and see what it's gonna bring, because this is the G chart, our broker. So as I said, I don't want to see price getting below this 4,180. So I'm considered to be a buyer if break this 4,995. I will set up to be a buyer on S&P 500. Nasdaq is more bullish, as we said. We have some nice rally on Nasdaq, but I want to see some another day or 2 days of pullback as well. We saw Monday this reversal bar, yes, a little bit downside, but if we drop down time frame, this is 4-hour chart. Let's see this. I would like to see price coming like this. Had some support here and the trend line as well. So I will consider to be a buyer on this 14,000 mark level. Moving on, currency prospect. There is some nice setup on euro dollar as a reversal trade. As you can see, is already 1 hour exchange of trend. But if you see daily, as we said, this is very strong. It didn't have not even 2 days of pullback, just very shallow retracement. So I want to see price heading this 180 to set up myself to be a seller, because even if you see the dollar index is the same chart, but is adding to the resistance, the dollar index, as you might see. And if we see the 4-hour, I'm waiting to see if this 4-hour trend line will break. You see, we have already one cycle, but I want to see some confirmation like this, heading this 103.20 level. So if this will happen, I will shorten, I will buy euro against the dollar. Until then, I will sit on my end. Also because is you can see is very overextended anyway. So we see even yesterday it start to reject this level. Today we have another low test bar. So let's see what is gonna bring later on the US opening. Also, let's check the monthly pivot. Yeah, bang on. So if you put a monthly pivot, so you have here all the indicator on IG. So if you put daily pivot, and then you choose if you want a daily, weekly, monthly, apply, and you can see just today, because it's the first of the month, is we have a new monthly pivot and is banging on the resistance. So this is another confirmation, because I want to see some retracement on euro dollar. Moving on, pound dollar. We see some strength now on pound. I will start on daily time frame. Okay. So pound, as we said, I will more cautious to trade pound because it's more bullish, and I don't want to see price breaking this level here, which is 1025. So if pound is gonna break here, we can see some change of trend. So let's see if pound is gonna gain again, or is gonna find some resistance around this area and to be short again. Until it's gonna stay below this area, I'm happy to shorting. If price get above this area, so we're gonna have change of trend, so will be more. So pound is gonna be on top of my list to go long. Moving on, dollar Swiss franc. We said we are seeing now yesterday dollar strength, but found some resistance around this 91.53. and price now is heading lower. So we might see some pullback at this area 90 here. Dollar yen. Talk about last week as well. We had this resistance here, 140, and prices start to get lower. It would be nice to see price if heading to the 13,800 with this support area and the trend line as well. So if price come back here, I will set up myself to be a buyer on dollar yen as well. So basically just waiting time for now because I want to be a dollar buyer. The only things I can be some reversal trading, but short term on euro dollar. Same things on Aussie. We see some resistance here at support level 65. So price is rejecting the area. So we benefit some pullback on dollar as well. New Zealand, same things. We see some change of trend. So we see one. Now we have phase one. Will be nice to see the same happen here. Will happen in this area here. So until I don't see a pullback, I'm not gonna short on this area because it's no point. Because phase one is already happened, so we want to see phase two happening and then position to ourselves to be a buyer on potential phase one beginning. Last one is dollar CAD. We see some strength on CAD. So let's see if it's gonna rejecting again this level 1,135.50. So it would be nice to see if it's gonna reject this because we see 1-2 cycle, very nice. So let's see today if it's gonna reject this area and maybe tomorrow to go long on dollar CAD. Let's drop down time frame. We can see some nice setup. Four-hour downtrend, 1 hour. Yeah, we have to see some change of trend on 1 hour. If price is rejecting this level, be nice to see some price is doing like this, come back, and then position to ourselves to be longer here. Just waiting time even for dollar CAD. So moving on in the commodities, gold. Gold is rejecting the area 1,950, which is this yellow line here, and it's look like nicely rejecting. So we might see some upside on gold. You can see as well today we have this low test bar. Even for me, it's just waiting time on gold to see what is gonna do, because we have this area here as well. You have to break, but there is a lot of resistance and around the way, so it's not clear for me. I want to short if it's gonna go below this 1,150, because you can see even daily time frame. I might consider it to be if price get above here and stay a bit above 1,180, I might consider to go long. But until it doesn't break this previous lower high, because we can clearly see we have a nice downtrend. I will not consider to buy gold. But watch even this price action, because until it doesn't break this one, we still have potential phase one coming out. But also we have this resistance area. So to be short, I will consider just if price getting below this 1,950, heading to the 1,900 level. Moving on, silver, we see some rejecting level as well on silver. And I would like to see price coming on this 24, which is this yellow line. And I consider to be shorting the silver until the 22. Oil, as we said, yes, we saw some bearish price action from the beginning of the week. Price is heading again at this 65 level, and no, 67, sorry, and reject again, but it's not clear, so I will be moving on and not touching gold. And that's it. So to recap, let's see if indices is gonna breaking below 4,180 S&P and Nasdaq start to come this 14,000. But until then, I will be just watching the euro dollar, some reversal trade. That's on top of my list, but I want to see some clear picture, and I don't think so that I'm gonna trade and see if indices is gonna go a little bit of pullback. So that's it for me, and I'll see you next week with the live section. We're gonna have always Tuesday and Thursday 1:30 p.m. UK time. So if you wanna join and not miss any live section, please subscribe to our channel and hit a bell icon to have some notification when we're gonna go live. Until then, see you next week. Thank you. Bye bye.